pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. Boom, 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 boom. I appreciate the support. We out here, man. We out here. 33 years of prison stories, man. We rolling. We in 2024. We moving. We grooving. We trying to get there. Slow motion. Still motion. TBP Nation still standing strong, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. We got new things coming up in 2024. You already know. New merch, new book, new agenda, you know, new heights. We just keeping it pushing, man. Every day we out here, man. We pushing this message. We pushing this positive energy. Can't stop, won't stop. We got the morning mud jumping. We got 6 o'clock on deck videos all the time. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend. We got the late night Twitch. You know, we in the late night Twitch. We closing up at night with the late night Twitch. So come over there and check us out. We just chopping it up. We got the membership going. Exclusive videos. We got raffles going where we giving away merch, man. We got you know, book tour coming. We got cruises coming. We got some things going on over here, man. So just let the people know what's going on. Tell somebody that may not be with this program so they can get with this program, because we trying to grow. Because the more we grow, the further we go and the more people we reach. And that's our main goal anyway, is to get this message out there, man, to these youngins. Let them know prison is not a game. It's not a video game. It's not a movie. It's not a sitcom. It's not a TV series and none of that. We out here for real, man, trying to stop these youngins from putting themselves in these positions. I get calls every day, man. Dudes is going through it in there, man. I'm telling you, it's like a third world country in these prisons, man. You have no idea what awaits you on the other side of that wall. No idea. I'm trying to give you a picture, paint a picture for you so you'll, you know, be able to make a good decision for yourself whether you want to live that type of life, man. But in the meantime, man, y'all just keep supporting, man. It's very important, and we're going to keep on doing what we're doing on this end. And hopefully we're going to reach some people, save some people, and that's our goal, man. Salute TBP Nation. Stand up, man. We out here. 33 years of prison stories. Man, this morning in the morning mud, man, just chopping it up. Like I told y'all, when I make these videos, man, it usually be what's fresh on my mind. And what was fresh on my mind this morning, or is today, a couple of things, but I'm going to go ahead on and choose this topic just because, you know, my brother from another mother, Mike T, made this suggestion. He wanted to know about my hand injury, man, which I talked about before plenty of times, my hand injury. You know, I talked about it, man. I got a pin in my hand and had to have surgery on my hand while I was in prison. You know, fortunately, it's the only surgery that I had to have while I was in prison. Surgeries be botched in prison, man. I done seen some wicked ones, you know, because what I was told, and to my understanding, is the surgery that we have while we are incarcerated is on the is you know, done, supervised by a surgeon, but done by people that's in you know, med school, you know. So, you know, more or less we like guinea pigs, you know. To my understanding, that's what's happening. So I seen some botched surgeries, man. I seen some dudes that's messed up, man, and go to surgery, and I mean, they got big keloids on them. I've seen some botched stuff. You dig? So I was fortunate enough. This the only surgery that I had to have while I was in there. And you know, like I say, this injury, man, it came from some foolishness. You know what I'm saying? It's over money. It's always over money in prison, or over the mouth in prison. And you know, I told y'all the story before. Go back and watch the video, man. But more or less, I loaned a new dude something on there. Compound that came on, a big dude. But it wasn't a whole lot of money. And I figured like I was just doing him a favor for real, just until he got his stuff. But then, you know, I guess he took it upon himself to feel like he was too big to be, you know, paying this type of money back. And then especially to a dude that's, you know, way smaller than him or whatever, man. And nah, it don't work like that in prison, man. You know what I'm saying? It's never the size of the man. It's the size of the heart in the man. You know, and yeah, he had to find out the hard way. But like I said, in prison, even when you win, you lose. You know what I'm saying? Man, this hand was a result of that, man. And this, man, I almost ain't had use in this joint. You know what I'm saying? And that would have been a big loss for me. Big loss, you know? Yeah, big loss, man. For a lot of reasons, you know what I'm saying? Number one reason is my hand, you know. Number two reason is, you know, you got to be able to protect yourself in prison. So if you ain't got but one hand, man, you handicapped. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended. So, you know, that was, you know, big for me. And on top of that, you know, boxing. Boxing is my passion. I was boxing in prison. You know, that injury hindered me for years. Yeah, years. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't use it. Even when I felt like it was healed, it was still caution in throwing punches. It was still caution in the combat. You know what I'm saying? You know, when I started hitting the bag, I was scared to hit it as hard as I wanted to hit it because I felt like I would break the hand. You know, and when it happened, man, your adrenaline is flowing so much, man. The dude's teeth was in my hand, man. My hand was wide open. I could see the inside of my hand, the tendons, the bone, the, you know, everything. So my adrenaline was flowing so hard it didn't hurt at the time. But it didn't take long after that for the pain was just excruciating. I mean, it was excruciating, man. I can remember, man, true story. I can remember being on it. I ain't never tell this part neither, you know, being in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. And, you know, they had nurses in there. And, man, I was in so much pain and I was shaking so bad and, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I guess you call it like going in shock. And the nurse is in the back with me. And she is trying to calm me down so much. And I'm like this don't hurt. You know? And man, she started rubbing on my hand, trying to calm me down. My other hand trying to calm me down. And I'm looking, and I look over at her, but I'm still shaking, and I'm trying to pull my hand away, and I'm shaking because I'm in pain. And man, I ain't gonna tell you no lie, man. She leaned back while I'm laying in this bed on this gurney in the ambulance, and I'm looking this way, and she leaned back, and she literally opened her legs. I true story. And I guess she seen that I was looking, and I looked, and I was like, and I was like, boom, and she just started rocking back and forth, and I knew she did it for me to look. I don't know if that was her technique to try to calm me down or whatever it was, but she had on these white nurse stuff and nurse outfit, and it was thin and it was almost see-through, and I was looking and I was like, okay, I'm hurting, but I also ain't seen this in a long time. It was crazy, man. It helped to a degree. It helped to a degree because I was hurting so bad, man. I was hurting so bad, man. But I never forget that, man. And thank you, nurse, whoever you are. I remember you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I was in so much pain, man. And then when they took me, you know what I'm saying, to the first place they took me to, I think it was MCV, you know what I'm saying, big hospital, you know, and they was looking at my hand, man, and I can remember her and them saying that they couldn't do nothing with my hand. It was injured too bad, and I needed to go to a specialist like University of Virginia or something like that. And they was telling me they was telling these officers I had a certain amount of time to get there, or either the tendons wouldn't be able to be repaired, and I wouldn't have use in this hand no more. So essentially, I would have been a cripple. Man, I heard that people say that. So they was like, man, we gotta call back to the prison. We can't just take them somewhere else. We only authorized to. I'm like, oh no, y'all better get me where I need to go. And I remember threatening them jokers, man, and letting them know if y'all ain't get me where I needed to go, and I mess around and don't have no use in this hand, and they put me back out on that compound, when I see one of y'all, when I see one of y'all, and they understood what I was saying, man, and I swear to you, on my good word, I meant that, man. If I couldn't have used, man, I got this one, but, man, I would, man, because it comes a point in time where you got to use your humanity over top of, your job, man. This is, this is human, man. I'm a human being, man. You gonna let this happen to me, and you heard what these people telling you to do? So it was just, it was all around crazy, man. It was all around crazy. And like I say, I can remember when I had the surgery and stuff, man, and I woke up, and they feed me ginger ale and all this other stuff, man, and my hand wrapped all up, and it's crazy. And I had to end up going back and forth to University of Virginia for months. You know what I'm saying? Then when they take me back to the hospital, back to the prison, I'm in a segregation hospital unit. So I'm back there, but I'm cuffed up, and then I'm in a locked up room. You know what I'm saying? Then they take the cuffs off, but I'm in a locked up room, but where it got nurses and stuff that come through. But it also got a 24-hour guard that sits on the outside, and it's like plexiglass, and they can see you all day long. So you on 24-hour watch when you in the hospital unit. So I'm up in that joint, and man, my hands started throbbing and hurting, and once it got to the point where they had to take the stuff off and everything, and I had to start trying to use it. It was hard to even move it. It was just crazy. They gave me a little rubber ball to start working with. They gave me the little grippers. I had to go back and forth to therapy, man. I was still in segregation. It was crazy, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I say, these type of things is bad because, like I say, if I couldn't have been able to use this hand again, man, at all, or open it, I would have been really in a dangerous situation, you know what I'm saying, having to do as much time as I end up doing, because I needed this hand. I needed this hand for a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons, So yeah, man. So I was fortunate though, you know what I'm saying. But I've known dudes over the years that have had injuries that would not repair. I don't know if it could have been repaired or what, because we was in prison, but they didn't get the proper or the best treatment. But man, I know dudes that got injuries, man, that wouldn't be repaired. One of the main things everybody's scared of, end up getting a colostomy bag, by getting stabbed in the side or something like that. This is where you got all these vests that come on. Dudes try to make vests, or dudes wrap stuff around their waist because you want to protect this area, man, because somebody stab you in that area, man, you mess around and you messed up for life. You know what I'm saying? But I known dudes that done lost fingers. You know what I'm saying? I known dudes that got, man, I know one dude, man, he got the fighting dude bit his pinky off, man, almost all the way up to the knuckle. Bit it off. You know what I'm saying? Bit it off. I known dudes that work in the shops, the enterprises that they got there, lost 2 and 3 fingers. You know what I'm saying? And, lost them. You know what I'm saying? I always feared those type of things. I know dudes, I told y'all, plenty of dudes lost their eye. Because you got dudes who will target your eye while they fighting you. They try to target your eye. They try to take you out. You know what I'm saying? If you can't see, you can't fight. So dudes who try to take you out, man, dudes who gouge your eyes out, all of that stuff, man. So, like I say, man, I was blessed, man, because this was a freak accident. It wasn't supposed to happen. I wasn't even supposed to get into it with the dude. It's just what he said out of his mouth when I approached him, and then he started making country breaks like, man, you asking me about, and you know what I'm saying? So I ain't got time for that. I don't know what you gonna do, Joe. So I take off, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? And he down trying to get up, and I bang, but it just went into his, and it was just spare the moment, man. Like I say, you don't know what's gonna happen in prison from one moment to the next. You have no idea. You know what I'm saying? You just there living it out, but you don't know what's going to happen. It's no telling. You know what I'm saying? You could go out and leave out your cell that day with no intentions, no beef, no issues with nobody, and never get back to your cell. And never get back to your cell, man, because something might jump off. and it might jump off with you or around you, so you may never get back to your cell. You know what I'm saying? It's just like with the incident with me and dude. I never went back to that cell. You know what I'm saying? They went back, got my stuff, packed my stuff up. I came back from the hospital, went straight to the hole, and you know the whole process went on. I'm back there, leave there, go to regular segregation, get moved, all of this. So I never went back to that cell. So every time you leave your cell in prison, you may not never come back in your cell for whatever reason. For whatever reason, you may not never come back to your cell. You know what I'm saying? So, man, yeah, man, but yeah, it messed me up, man. It messed me up real decent, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it messed me up real decent, man, because I was nervous, man, when my hand was like that, because the whole time I'm trying to fix it. So by the time I actually got back on the yard, my hand still wasn't at full capacity. I could move it and everything, but it still had pain all up in it. You know what I'm saying? It had pain all up in it, and I couldn't really make a whole fist. You know what I'm saying? So I used to always think if somebody attacked me, what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? The left will work, you know what I'm saying? But you need something else. You know what I'm saying? For real, you need all hands on deck. You know what I'm saying? When you go into war, no pun intended, but all hands on deck, you need that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what's coming at you and how it's coming. You know what I'm saying? And if you handicapped, man, then you more vulnerable for whatever is somebody trying to impose on you. So yeah, man, it was crazy, man. Crazy situation, man. But like I say, I know dudes who suffer worse. And that's how you got to look at things and rationalize things in prison, man. Like, whatever comes at you, whatever you have to go through, you just got to deal with it, man, because it ain't no help coming. I can assure you that. It ain't no help coming. And you can't be like, oh, man, this ain't don't like the surgeon, or, man, they ain't doing this or that. Man, don't nobody care. They care less, though. They care less, man. You know what I'm saying? By the time it took for me to get to that hospital, man, I probably should have been there with a real injury like this. Probably should have been there off the rip. But, man, it was hours and hours before I probably even left the institution. You know what I'm saying? So all of that time was time wasted that I could have been getting my hand proper, whereas it could have been in a better situation. But it literally took me years, man, for my hand to heal. And I don't think it ever fully healed. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was telling Mike on the video this morning. For a lot of years, man, if you run into anybody who was in prison with me, they'll tell you that I used to always walk around with this. I used to always have a washcloth or either a hand towel with me. And I used to always have it over my shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Or either I just be walking with it in my hand. So dudes used to ask me all the time, man, what you always walking around with that old rag for? But this rag was for if I got in any altercation, because like I told you, altercations jump off at any time in prison. I could wrap my hand up in case I had to, put that work in, and I would try to safeguard, you know what I'm saying, my hand so I wouldn't re-injure myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I was vulnerable for my hand to re-injure myself. But if I get into a physical altercation, I'm not going to not hit you. If that's the shot that's open, that's what I'm going to take. So if it breaks my hand, it breaks my hand, but I got to protect myself. And so I had came up with wrapping my hand up and making sure that it had some type of cushion on it. You know what I'm saying? So I started carrying a washcloth with me everywhere I went. I never went to the yard without a washcloth. I never went to the gym. I never walked out there. I had this washcloth on my shoulder, in my hand, or in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you once again, that's how fast it takes for an altercation to break out in prison. That fast. So I had to be thinking ahead. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing chess right now. I'm deep in prison. I ain't playing checkers no more. I'm playing chess. I'm in prison. I got to survive. I got to survive by any means necessary. I got to survive by whatever come to me. I got to be able to withstand whatever and whoever try to harm me or end my life. And whatever it takes to do that, then that's what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say, oh, I'm going to be on the yard, I ain't worrying about it, ain't nobody going to run up on me. Then I'm out there on the yard and I ain't got the washcloth, somebody run up on me and my instinct punch him and I break my whole hand. Now I'm sitting here and I got a broke hand and what if he's still advancing on me? What if he's still trying to hurt me? Now I'm all the way handicapped. You know what I'm saying? I got one hand, I got one arm. This hand is, you know what I'm saying? So, Yeah, man, I carried this with me for years, man. Literally, decades. You know what I'm saying? A washcloth of one kind or another. I had a washcloth with me, or I had a towel with me, and the purpose was to wrap my hand up to make sure that I was good, man, with whatever came my way, and or even it might not have been, and I had used it. I have used it. You know what I'm saying? I have used it on multiple occasions. You know what I'm saying? I done went to do sales that owe me money, and I go to the sale holding it like this. You know what I'm saying? And talking to them, but it's easy because then all I got to do is just wrap it. You know what I'm saying? And I remember the first time I used it, I was real nervous because I punched the dude probably about 3-4 times. You know what I'm saying? Over some money. Same thing that broke my hand. Same thing I'm doing again with my hand wrapped up. Foolishness, man. You know what I'm saying? Looking back on it now, foolishness. You know what I'm saying? But I did. You know what I'm saying? And he got smart out of his mouth. And as soon as he got smart out of his mouth, I rapped. And I'm like, man, listen, what I'm trying to... And that was it. And when he fell back and got down, and I was scared because I'm like, boom. And I get up off of him and he bleeding and I got blood on my washcloth and I wrap my washcloth up and I'm, you know what I'm saying? And all of this and all that. And the whole time I got back in the cell, I'm looking at my hand. It did feel painful. It had a little, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? And I'm wiggling it to see if it, you know what I'm saying, if I'm good. You know, I put ice on it. And, you know, like I say, it's just the nature of where I'm at, man. These type of things gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think ahead, and that's why I started carrying that washcloth, man. And I know for a fact, I feel for a fact anyway, that when I was hitting them, if I wouldn't have had that, I probably would have broke my hand again. You know what I'm saying? And it's literally a pin in my hand. It's literally a pin in here. So I don't know what I could do to mess that up or whatever, or I don't know, and I don't want to find out. You know what I'm saying? But it was what it was, man. Yeah, it was what it was, man. But those were the days, man. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like I say, this right here literally happened, man, over a couple of dollars. Over a couple of dollars, man. But it was the principle that you're not going to take nothing from me. You're not going to get nothing from me and then act like I owe you something. You know what I'm saying? Or act like I'm wrong for asking about my stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can't let none of that type of stuff go in there. You can't do it because it's going to send just a big message to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's just you and him talking and nobody is even in earshot, it's going to send a message because he going to receive the message that you ain't really, you know, get aggressive about yours or you just back down about yours, and he going to end up talking about it. And then it's going to end up spreading like emails. Wow. And then you got more problems. And then the next dude owe you is popping off at the mouth. You got to handle that stuff when it comes to you, dog. You got to handle it when it comes to you, and you don't know who it's going to come to you from. It just so happened he was a big joker. Big country, Bama. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and if you see this, you know a big country at Bama, and I bet you wish you would have never did that. You know what I'm saying? Because you misjudged me, and that cost you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it cost me too, but it cost you too, Jack. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but he was a big country Bama, so he tried to use his size and his, you know, dog, that ain't gonna work with me. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing but, you know what I'm saying? I'm not no dude that's gonna say people don't get scared, but you can't do nothing with me but scare me into hurting you. That's the only fear you can put in me, is scare me into doing something. That's it. You ain't gonna scare me into not doing nothing. You gonna scare me into doing something. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't running from nothing. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't nowhere to run in prison. You ain't got nowhere to go. So what you gonna take off for? What you gonna run for? What you gonna back down from? You ain't got nowhere to go. You still gotta live here. You in a small community. You still gotta live here. You see what I'm saying? And then like I told y'all, man, by this time anyway, man, I was already locked in my mind, man, that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm probably gonna die in prison. You know what I'm saying? If not by they don't let me out, is by, you know, some type of violence. I got that in the back of my head. Do I want it to happen? No. Will I do anything to prevent it? Yes. But I feel like the death I'm seeing, I'm feeling like, you know, this might be my fate. You know what I'm saying? But I had already accepted it. I had already accepted it, so I ain't going for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happens after I do what I do or get in a situation, that's what's gonna happen, man. And I couldn't sit there and think about it a lot or worry about it a lot or pick and choose. And I just had to do whatever I had to do whenever it was time to do it, man. And whatever was gonna happen after that, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? But you can't hesitate in prison. You can't, bull jive around and wait and let other people make the decisions about your life, your fate, your reputation. Nah, you gotta set the tone for that. You gotta set the tone for that. And it don't matter how big somebody is, how strong they is, what their reputation is. It don't even really matter, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be a man, you're going to be a man. And a man is going to sink his feet in the dirt, man, and say, this is what I stand for, dog. And I ain't budging from that. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, he definitely caused the whole situation to happen because I felt like I was doing you a favor. You felt like I owed you something. The audacity of jokers in prison, man, is a mystery to everybody, man. But that's how they be doing, Joe. I'm telling you, man. They be acting out of pocket all the time, man. So you never know when you're gonna be in a situation. But I'm glad it worked out the way it did. Could have been a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? I could have had that Bethlehem on me. If I'd had that Bethlehem on me, then I wouldn't even be talking to y'all, cause big as he was, I probably would have pulled it out before I probably would have took off. I probably would have pulled it out first and did something with that. So I'm thankful. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful. I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? Because, it just was a physical altercation, but it could have been a lot worse. Because, see, that's another thing about toting. Just like out here on the street, you tote a gun, man, and somebody get out of pocket. If you got the gun on, you probably going to use it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't got it on, you can't use it. Same thing in prison. You got that Bethlehem on you, somebody get out of pocket, you probably going to use it. Because if you get to tussling and wrestling around, what if he grab it? So you probably going to use it. You know what I'm saying? So at this point in time, it was early in my bid, I used to try to say, boom, put it up. Don't never have it on me unless I need it and I can go get it. You know what I'm saying? That's the philosophy that I was operating off at this time, this early point in my bid. But things had got so crazy as years went on in prison, and I had already created so many enemies from altercations. Then I got to the point where I had to have it on me at all times. I had to have it on me at all times. But I didn't like that because, like I say, if an altercation break out, I'm gonna use it. You know what I'm saying? And it might not call for me to use it, but I gotta use it because what if it fall out? What if somebody else grab it? What if he grab it? You know what I'm saying? So tricky situations, man. Prison is just it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. But I'm glad I survived, man. I'm glad things ended up the way they did. And God is good, man, all the time. Please believe it. But yeah, man, that's how I messed my hand up, man. And those were the things, the complications behind me messing my hand up was far greater than what people know. This took years to get back right. Where I can, it took years, man. And anything could have happened in between that. So, I'm thankful, man. But anyway, man, y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back. Be safe, be smart, make good decisions out there, man. Like, share, comment, subscribe to this channel, man. If you have not, man, like I said, it's a blessing in every lesson, man. And sometimes the blessing, you can't even see it. You can't even see it. And the blessing to me in that situation, looking back, knowing me, knowing the situation, the blessing was I didn't have that Bethlehem with me, man. I didn't have that blessing. And it's a blessing to me and him because I would have used it. It ain't no question in my mind I'd have used it. And being that he was so big that I probably would have overdid it. And that probably would have cost God knows what, man. So that's a blessing, man. And I'm thankful for that, man. And it is what it is. But anyway, man, y'all talk to me in the comments. I talk back, man. Y'all be safe out there. Be smart. Make good decisions, man. Lock in. We in 2024, man. We rocking, we rolling, and we pushing forward. Man, y'all be out there, man. Be safe, man. Make good decisions. And please duck them hooks, man. If you see somebody with a washcloth, beware. Bam.
The banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness. pure deliciousness, man.
My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young.
I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.